You've seen the movies, but the movies were the censored version. In the winter of 1957, the earth in Wisconsin stopped being sacred. A mother's love can be a sanctuary, or it can be a cage made of bone. Augusta Gein didn't just raise a son, she prepared a sacrifice. When she died, Ed didn't bury her, he became her. The first disappearance, Mary Hogan, a tavern owner lost to the mist. The neighbors called him Odd. The Craves called him Master. He wasn't looking for jewelry. He was looking for the skin. Bernice Worden, the hardware store owner, the final piece of his puzzle. The police entered the summer kitchen. The air was thick with the smell of old copper and rot. They found a woman's suit, complete with a face that could still blink. Bowls made from the tops of skulls to eat the memories of the dead. A belt of nipples, a wastebasket made of skin, the anatomy of a nightmare. Ed admitted to everything with a shy, polite smile. The Plainfield ghoul, a man who turned a farmhouse into a cathedral of death. Was he insane? Or was he the only one seeing the world clearly? The neighbors burned the house to the ground. Fire to hide the shame. But you can't burn the influence. Gein didn't die. He migrated. Hollywood took his sins and turned them into icons. Hitchcock used the mother. Hooper used the saw. The real Ed Gein was far more terrifying than any movie monster. He spent his final days in an asylum, a ghost in a white room. He was a model prisoner, quiet, helpful, dead inside. When he died in 1984, Plainfield breathed a sigh of relief. But his grave is empty. The headstone was stolen. People wanted a piece of the rot. The cult of Gein. Why are we so obsessed with the anatomy of evil? Because he showed us that the monster isn't under the bed. The monster is the man who fixes your fence, the man who waves hello. He was the ultimate hunter, a predator who used the tools of the domestic life. The psychology of a ghoul, a mind that didn't see death as an end. He saw death as a material, a fabric to be draped. Plainfield changed that day. The trust was broken forever. They calls it the Gein effect. The moment we realized our neighbors were strangers. Even now, his name is whispered in the dark woods of Wisconsin, a warning to those who wander too far from the path. The legacy of the butcher is written in the blood of horror cinema. We watch his stories to feel safe, to remind ourselves he is gone. But is he? Or is there an Ed Gein in every town, waiting for the voice of a mother, waiting for the edge of a blade? This wasn't a movie. This was the anatomy of a real monster. Sleep well tonight. And remember, check your locks, check your neighbors, and never look under the bed. Because some horrors are too real to stay buried. Subscribe for the full anatomy of terror if you dare.